Simon's in Manchester. What do you reckon, Simon? Does it make sense, as Peter's saying, for someone like that to keep their hand in, and so they have got a life after being an MP and they can continue doing what they do?
That one example Peter gave, yes, I can see some argument for that, but that's a one-off amongst the many, many hundreds of MPs. I would imagine most of them are on boards of companies, taking up far more of their time than a few hours a week to keep the hand in, like the lady that Peter quoted as a lady. What I would say is, I was saying to your researchers, I earn an average salary in the UK, £33,000 a year. I do not have time for a second job. Either the MPs, they're either overpaid for what they do or they're underworked. If they can do a second job, which one is it?
Oh, that's a great question, Peter. Are they? I mean, if we've got 5 days in the week, and only because of reports like this do we find out how many of those days are actually given. Let's say you employed a plumber, OK, and he charged you for 8 hours work for whatever it might be, 300 quid, but it turns out he only did 5 of those. You'd probably have something to say about that, wouldn't you?
Well, I'd have been there watching him anyway, so that situation
That's exactly what this
wouldn't
is.
have arisen. But MPs have their staff. OK, and they are allowed to claim expenses to pay for staff. They're incredibly busy people. They get a huge amount of correspondence every week, and it would be impossible for them to deal with all of that, as well as passing legislation, taking part in debates, and the such like. Many other lawyers MPs are lawyers, for example, and it's only right that if they've got all their constituency work done and their parliamentary work, that they spend a few hours at night or at the weekend, whenever that may be, being a lawyer, keeping their hand in, keeping their skills up, learning about what's going on outside of the Westminster bubble.
So what Peter, I think, is talking about is about the quality of individual that we have representing us in the House of Commons. And it's no doubt that if people are involved in the world generally, they have a lot more to bring to the party when they are MPs for us, Paula.
And I would totally agree with you. So what they need to do is, instead of working, they need to attend their training, their continuing professional development courses. They can do that online. They can do that in the evening. They can do that on the weekend. That is how they can maintain up-to-date knowledge in terms of their particular profession.
I very much doubt Dr. Alan Carr could keep her A&E skills up to date online.
OK, but...
you could do, as a lawyer, because I have experience of that, obviously, you absolutely could do. You are choosing to work.
Is it paid work that's the problem here? That, you know, as Veronica said very ably there, she said, you can continue to work, continue to be involved and get this experience that's vital for all of us, just don't take any money for it. Hand it over to charity, 94 grand's enough.
I don't have a problem with it. As I've already said, they can have their second jobs as long as they serve their constituents, do their parliamentary work, then they can crack on.